So in today's video, we're doing the brand new Ultimate Red Zone, which is the Goku Story Edition Stage number 1. Stage 1 is the Saiyan Saga, and there is a total of 4 phases, starting off with Raditz, obviously, being the first boss in the Saiyan Saga. So Raditz here is very interesting. He has an AoE type super, which does 560,000 damage, and then he reduces damage received from all types except for STR types. And then he has 40 million HP with a 200,000 attack stat, defense 60,000. It is pretty weak, but that is to be expected for the first stage in the first phase. Next up is Nappa. So increase in the HP. He still does an AoE, which is a 644,000 damage. He locks character switching, and he has a certain damage threshold. And if you're under that, then your damage that you do to Nappa is at 0. And then we can move on to Vegeta. This is where it gets a little bit tougher. It jumps to a 1.4 million damage super, not an AoE, that lowers attack and defense for 1 turn, and still super attacks with a 0 cooldown and a 22% chance of performing that super. 100 million HP altogether, and it cannot be debuffed. And then the final phase is AGL Giant Grade A Vegeta, which has a 1.8 million damage super, but can do 2 of them per turn, 160 million HP, and 600,000 attack stat. No debuffs other than stunning, which is very important. And he reduces damage received by a certain amount to 0. And 20% attack with each turn passing, up to 100%. With the defense up by 20% with each turn passing as well. So of course, I did this with a free-to-play team. So let me show you guys what the team I used. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as well. So here is the free-to-play team I'm using Goku's family / Kamehameha. Since we're versing Extreme, we're using Feet Goku. We got Into Goten and Icarus, as well as the Version Z Goku, Prime Battle Goku, Grandpa Gohan, as well as the Tech Gohan, and Goku as the leader. Luckily, the boss is AGL, so running this many tech units is completely fine. We're using a Whis item as well as Icarus as our support memory. So jumping into things here, versing Raditz, we have Gohan at the start, which is very good. Remember, the damage reduction only affects to non-STR type units. Not the best linking partner for Gohan. We are going to be linking up with Gohan. Grandpa Gohan this, actually. And we're always making sure we get an 18 key super with the Goku and Gohan. They need to stack up to at least survive with a Whis in the later battles. Luckily, Nappa is AGL, so later on, at least they can survive an AoE, because the AoE is not too strong. And then Goku and Gohan's defense are somewhat solid by then. So we take this time to build up with the Gohan, as he does multiple super attacks, building up his attack and defense. And we can actually lower attack in this phase, I believe. I don't have much lowering attack, just I think the Gohan and Goku with the 18 key super, and that's about it. In terms of our stunners, we got STR Gohan that can stun, Feet Goku can stun as well. So when it comes to stunners, I think we're completely fine, because Gohan does so many supers that there is definitely a very high chance that he does stun on his super. We'll be utilizing his standby and his finish skill to get the last phase done as soon as possible. And then we also want to save our items for that last phase, or at least the 3rd phase. So we don't want to use any items until then. Version Z Goku here. Can't link up with the Feet Goku, so we got to separate them. And Goten is still very good post-super. Get a nice little critical. It does very little damage. Damage reduction is definitely working in Raditz's favor. You can put the Great Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. I don't really need to rush in this phase, really. As long as Goten doesn't take an AoE, most of our units can survive, or Goku and Gohan. Actually, even Grandpa Gohan probably gets like pretty low in health. But if we're lowering attack, then the AoE becomes less threat. And here comes the AoE. Luckily, everybody has super attacks, so should be completely fine. Even Goten will be fine if he was to take it. And then we have our rotation set. So I want the STR Gohan as well as the Prime Battle Goku in this slot. They at least get some decent links, good enough links. And then Version Z Goku can be in the 2nd slot where he thrives. And then we can float out Grandpa Gohan, which will be linking up with the Version Z Goku. So Gohan here will kill for 10 million damage. And then we move on to the 2nd phase. It's actually quite a long battle. for what it is, which is a pre-anniversary red zone. So the lock here is on the version Z Goku, which is quite unfortunate. So as you can see, I cannot move version Z Goku, which is unfortunate knowing that he is my first slot unit. So there are a few things I could do. I could rely on Goten dodging, or I can have the Goku and Gohan in the first slot. I decided to go for Goten Icarus in the first slot and pray for the dodges. Remember, Nappa in terms of attack stat is not really that bad. So we're not in serious threat. As long as Goten gets this super, and then the AoE is really survivable. Because I think Goku still has his damage reduction, which is very good. And then we get a triple super attack with Goten. So it's some good damage. Now the damage reduction is gone. We just need... I don't even know what the damage threshold is. All of our units are doing damage here. And then Nappa does his super. Unfortunately, attack on the Gohan and Goku. But it's only like 120,000. Luckily, you got the version Z Goku support as well as the All in the Family defense buff. And then if we do get a little bit of a heal back as well with the Goku and Gohan. I think if they receive an attack in the third slot, they heal or something like that. Forgot what their heal condition is. The lock here screws up our little Super Saiyan rotation, which kind of sucks. As much as I want to move the Feet Goku in the last slot, that cannot be done. We still get a full 24 key super, so that's very good. And then the next phase we should kill here will be STR Scouter Vegeta, which is where things get pretty tough. So Gohan, even though we are versing AGL, he has the type advantage. The critical normal, just kind of looking for the double super here. 12 key into 12 key. Oh, don't even need it, but we got one anyway. And now on to the third phase. The locking's gone, which is good. And we have our proper rotations. AoEs are gone as well. Version Z Goku will have his guard still. And I do pop a Whis, because it is still pretty scary. Even just because, like, there's a very, very high chance that the Scouter Vegeta always super attacks pre-super, because it's a 22% chance to super, no cooldown. And he seals, so it is very likely, like here. So I just popped the waste to just keep our health as high as possible. It is quite unfortunate because, you know, some extra free damage. But here we are just playing a little race to beat Scouter Vegeta before the standby of Gohan is completed. So I'm going to go into standby with Gohan next turn, just because he's probably always going to get sealed anyway. So what's like a few normal attacks is nice and all, but we might as well build up for the massive finish skill with all 7 Dragon Balls and like as much orb count as possible. What's good with these high super attacks, that's not really that strong. Like, it's only a 1.4 million damage super. In this day and age, it's really nothing. You can trust that version Z Goku will tank majority of the time, and then the normal attacks aren't strong enough to be damaging our other units. So here we go into the standby. I think this was my last attempt for the day as well, which is crazy. And all we need to do is collect as many of these Dragon Balls as well as many orbs as possible. I'm actually not afraid to really do the Doku mode as well on this phase, just so it's guaranteed we get out of here. This would have been a little bit easier if we had Prime Battle Goku in the second slot, but sadly that was not the case. No super attack though, which is quite unfortunate. Because it most likely may be, unless we're really, really lucky, there's none in the second or third, which is not our tankiest units here. But we got a double super them and double digit tanking on the normals. So we got this rotation. And as I will be using the active skill. Even if it's not a crit, like the extra tiny bit of damage and the defense buff is very, very important. To the point where I can actually run this without any items. That was the goal, is to save the extra weeks for the last phase. So using the active skill would get our defense up before Goku is able to take a super. And then it's not like as threat. Because remember, when we get sealed, we also stop stacking with version C Goku as well, which is very bad. And we do ruin our rotation a little bit, keeping Prime Battle Goku in, because I just need the damage right now. Because we have the next turn, right, to build up more. And then once Gohan comes back, we have to use the finish skill. So in like the next 3 turns, we actually need to kill. Grabber Gohan is definitely helping the cause out with the multiple super attacks and those crits, as well as versions, as well as the Prime Battle Goku, of course. Icarus pops, so we get a nice little heal. We do not go for the finish skill. And then we have this situation where we have the Dokkan mode. And I decided to go with the Goten over the Version Z Goku. That way, not Version Z Goku, the Feet Goku. Feet Goku has guard against Extreme, so post-super, he'll be fine. And then Gohan's still a tank as well. 72 damage. And then Goten's attack stat is still pretty good. Even, like, this is not a bad rotation for the Goten to do a Dokkan mode. It's like, should be roughly around, yeah, 6 million. With the Dokkan mode, that will be helpful. I don't think it's enough to kill, but still very, very helpful. Just to guarantee that kill for the next turn. Let's see what. It's 6.5 Dokkan. Yeah, it's not even... It's like barely a bar. Get the additional. 2.8. And then that is it. Feeds Goku for the 5 mil. No critical, but guards for double digits. Full heal back. And then we have, hopefully, the final turn here. So 560,000 defense with guard. It's gonna hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt. Because remember, Vegeta lowers attack and defense by 20%. So even though he does like only 1.4 million, I even waste. Because the goal here now is just, hopefully we get the finish skill that does like a chunk of damage and then finish off with Gohan in the turn. And being AGL, Giant Ape feels pretty good. And he doesn't have any sort of like attack mechanic as well, which is good. So 20 million guarantee critical. Bang. And then into an additional super. Prime Battle Goku. So good, man. Hopefully they super ECA Frieza. It's definitely possible. So the only bad thing is that the linking situation for this Gohan is not the greatest. So we launched the finish skill straight away. This looks like the Great Ape is just like catching the Kamehameha. The placement is completely wrong. And I don't believe we get a crit here. So it will be a lot of refreshing until I hit the crit. Because the crit just does so much extra damage. But let's just see. Normal's 35 mil. The critical attempt here does 43. So it's not like a crazy difference, but it's a difference. And I was a bit worried because I'm like, oh god, 43? And it only did, what, 3 bars? I was like, oh god. I didn't know until I actually happened to stun that this guy was actually stunnable. So I was like, god damn. Is this where we lose? Is this possible? But then when I got the stun with the Gohan, I was like, okay, yes. This is exactly what I needed. So here is Gohan with the 15 mil. Now all it is just trying to fix these rotations. 10 mil critical. And then we got the stun. I was like, oh, damn. We could stun on this? If it wasn't for the stun, I don't think I'd last long enough. Because, man, he builds up attack and defense every single turn. So he gets more and more threat. Grandpa Gohan will always do some good damage, even without the additional. And then the next turn, we have Feet Goku. Now, unfortunately, they don't link up, so just going to put Feet Goku in the last slot. Keep Prime Battle Goku just super attacking as much as possible. Because if I float him out, then we're realistically losing more damage than doing more damage. Then when I eventually get them linked up together with the Gohan. Because they'll be too late by then. If it was maybe like the third phase, I would. 20 mil. Boom. No additional though. Very unlucky. And then we got the re-stun, which is awesome. Goku has a great chance of stunning, which is perfect for us. Then we actually have another chance of stunning. And then by then, I mean, version Z Goku with Prime Battle Goku should be enough to finish off this Great Ape. I think I could have definitely done some rotation changing here so that everybody has good links. Because if I linked up with Goku and Gohan, with the STR Gohan in some way, we could get some like nicer links instead. But not a big deal. Not a big deal. There's the stun. Because I think we're just killing here anyway. There's a lot of supers coming. Critical, and then grab Gohan 12 mil. And that's all she wrote. The Saiyan Saga completed there with a free-to-play team. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. Trying to get Freeze and Cell done. They're actually a lot tougher than it seems. So it will take some good amount of days because you only get a limited amount now for this anniversary. But I'll see you guys in the next video as always. But until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace.